Struggling with Galveston County's property tax process? Honestly, you are definitely not alone. But hey, here's the good news. Today, we're going to walk through exactly how you can pay it online quickly and easily. We're going to help you dodge those nasty hidden penalties and keep this entire process completely stress-free. Welcome to The Explainer. Let's dive right in and figure this out together. Whether you're a first-time homeowner up in League City or you're managing multiple rental properties down in Crystal Beach, property taxes are just one of those things you literally cannot afford to get wrong. So we're going to break down all the official sources and give you the ultimate survival guide to navigating the Galveston County Tax Office online system. Okay, here's our roadmap for today. 1. Property tax basics and penalties. 2. Step-by-step online payment. 3. Common pitfalls and troubleshooting. 4. Best practices for management. 5. Essential contacts and resources. And finally, 6. Final tips and disclaimer. All right, Section 1. Property tax basics and penalties. The high stakes of missing the deadline. Knowing the rules of the game here is absolutely the only way to protect your wallet.
So Texas operates on a pretty rigid timeline. Bills generally go out around October 1st. But listen, circle January 31st in big red ink on your calendar because that is your due date. If you miss it, on February 1st, your account becomes delinquent. You immediately, and I mean immediately, get hit with a 6% penalty and 1% interest. That is a flat 7% hit right out of the gate, and it compounds every single month until we hit the middle of summer.
And that brings us to this massive number, 38%. Yeah, that is the terrifying July 1st fiscal cliff. If you haven't paid by then, your account gets handed straight over to contract collection attorneys. On top of the 12% max penalty and the 6% interest you've already accrued, they legally slap on a 20% collection fee. That means your total late fees hit a staggering 38%. And honestly, worst of all, attorneys can initiate foreclosure proceedings. We absolutely want to avoid July 1st at all costs. Moving on to Section 2. Step-by-step online payment, your fast track to compliance.
Okay, so paying online via the GCTO portal is without a doubt your best bet. Step 1, search the database, but remember, enter your last name first. Kind of a quirk there. Step 2, verify your certified balance and just make sure all your exemptions are actually applied. Step 3, hit Pay Online to launch the Pimentas processor. Step 4, enter your building details super carefully. I mean it, one wrong digit means a failed payment and instant penalties if it's after January 31st. And finally, Step 5, save your confirmation and check back in a couple days for that beautiful zero balance.
Now this brings us to a huge money-saving hack. Because the county uses a third-party processor, you have to pay convenience fees. If you use a debit or a credit card, they're going to charge you 2.2%. Let's put that into perspective. On a $5,000 tax bill, that is $110 just in fees. But look at the e-check option. It's just a flat 50-cent fee. So the ultimate hack here? Grab your bank routing and account numbers, skip the plastic, and use the electronic check option.
Section 3. Common pitfalls and troubleshooting. Dodging the hidden traps. Understanding the dual agency structure in Galveston County is crucial. People get incredibly frustrated when they call the wrong office. So GCAD, that's the appraisal district, they handle your property's value, your exemptions, and boundary corrections. The GCTO, the tax office, they only act as the collection agent. They just send the bills and take the money. If you think your home value is wrong, the tax office literally does not have the statutory authority to change it. You have to talk to GCAD for that.
All right, here is a massive warning that catches folks off guard literally every single year. You might think logging into your personal bank's website and using their little bill pay feature sends an instant digital wire to the county. Well, it usually doesn't. Bank bill pay systems often just print a physical paper check and drop it in the regular mail. Because that manual processing takes 3 to 5 business days, if you do this right before the January 31st deadline without a guaranteed postmark, your check will arrive late and you will be hit with penalties. Always use the county's official portal instead. And speaking of the mail, if you absolutely must mail a physical check, beware of the address trap. To save money, the county actually eliminated their P.O. box, so you have to mail it to their physical headquarters. Now, the building is historically on Moody Avenue, but the USPS doesn't consistently recognize that name anymore. You must explicitly write 722 21st Street, Galveston, TX 77550 on your envelope, or your payment might just get returned to you.
Let's transition to Section 4.
best practices for management, smart strategies for property owners.
So what happens if your Wi-Fi goes down at 10 p.m. on January 31st? Don't panic. Use the physical drop boxes. The yellow boxes outside full-time offices are checked daily. Just note, the black box at Friendswood City Hall is only checked on Mondays. Now, if you need to manage your cash flow, look into the split payment plan. You pay 50% by November 30th, and then you get all the way until June 30th to pay the rest penalty-free. Also, if you're 65 or older, disabled, or disabled veteran, you can legally break your payments into 4 interest-free quarterly installments.
Section 5. Essential contacts and resources. Where to get official help. You might want to grab a screenshot of this one. For valuations and exemptions, you want GCAD at galvestoncad.org. For payments and billing, you're looking for the GCTO at galvestotax.com. And hey, if you don't have reliable internet access, you can actually pay via credit card, debit, or e-check over the phone using their dedicated 1-800 number. Just remember, those convenience fees we talked about, yeah, they still apply over the phone.
All right, Section 6, Final Tips and Disclaimer, wrapping up your tax survival guide.
Let's do a rapid-fire summary. Remember to verify your values and exemptions with GCAD first when it's time to pay. Go straight to the GCTO online portal. Seriously, use the flat 50-cent e-check. Don't give your hard-earned money away to 2.2% card fees. Do not trust your bank's bill pay system to be fast. Make absolutely sure your payment clears before January 31st to dodge that instant 7% penalty. And above all else, do whatever it takes to avoid the 38% fiscal cliff on July 1st.
Before we wrap things up, a quick reminder. The information presented in this explainer is for educational purposes only and should not be considered legal advice. Always consult with a professional or official entity when dealing with property taxes. And that brings us to the end. The clock is always ticking on property taxes, folks. January 31st is rapidly approaching. So are you prepared to beat the fiscal cliff? Go check your online balances today. Be sure to share this explainer with your fellow Galveston County neighbors so they don't get hit with unnecessary fees. And stay proactive out there. Thanks so much for learning with me today.